Hello and welcome to another MCO update about XRP. On the XRP chart, we are currently tracking a corrective pullback. For those who are new, obviously, on this channel, it's important to understand the context. So currently, the pullback is seen as a wave 4. It might be over, but we need a little bit more evidence on the smaller time frame. But overall, the idea is, and that's the main thesis, okay, whether we get another low or not is really just noise from this perspective. But the idea is that as long as we're holding $1.21, this is a wave 4. Would like to see one more high in the region around $5.60, $6.60 maybe. This is sort of a target area that I mentioned in previous updates. I mean, the situation hasn't really changed in recent months, so the thesis is completely unchanged. It's just important to understand that it's just moving up and down basically in corrective patterns, which is what XRP loves to do. Usually, it loves to move in corrections all the time. So that's what we find very often, like these phases, these phases of up and down movement. Like look at this between June 22 and July 24, just up and down, up and down. So yeah, that's something that XRP loves to do. So that's why I warned already, I think in January, February, that we have to prepare for quite an extended correction, potentially, time-wise. And I've repeatedly stated how this could be traded, for example, as a range. Okay, for those of you who are new on the channel, you might not know this, but I highlighted already, I think, in one of our long-term signals in January, February, that if we get closer to 120, I mean, this would be the lower boundary of this range. You can see the boundary as lower boundary here, 120, maybe around 420, that upper fib level there, and then you just trade up and down like the range. That's something for range traders. That's a great way of doing this because the structure seems quite stable, but I don't think it really lends itself to trading intraday or something. Not at the moment, not with the choppy price action that we have seen. So levels should be very clear. I mean, if we get another low, the levels are on the chart, $1.55, 134, 122, and that would not be a problem at all. It would rather be another opportunity, okay? Can we predict another low? Don't think we can, but at the same time, there's no confirmed low in place in wave 4, so we have to be flexible regarding the nanostructures. So, but I think, again, I don't think this chart really lends itself to intraday trading at the moment, unless you have specific indicators you're following. It is more to be seen as a range. But let's take a look at the shorter time frame, because I know a lot of you are interested in it. No, that's the ADA chart here. So on the XRP chart, the idea is currently that a low of sorts could have formed here on the 7th of April. That's at least one of the ideas I have, that low could have formed there, wave 4, might have bottomed, but needs to prove itself. How would it prove itself? With a 5-wave move up. And that 5-wave move up, we have a couple of ways outlined how that could happen. Wave 1, wave 2, A, B wave still unfolding, C wave up of 3, then a wave 4, then a wave 5. That would be a 5-wave move. If the B wave already bottomed, then we would be dealing with something weird like that. And I'll say weird because the move up from that low that formed on the 20th of April is a 3-wave move up. So it would all be corrective in nature, and it could take the direct path. Really, that situation was discussed in previous updates. Both of these are plausible scenarios. And I explained to you, if we get a break above 226, but we haven't done that yet, then it could be more likely the white count. But for now, it's just moving into still in resistance. It's a crystal clear 3-wave move up again at the moment. Okay, and I mentioned already in one of the updates to our members earlier today that a break below $2.11, $2.12, this swing low could accelerate the decline. Okay, so but as long as we're holding above that, obviously it might just chop around a bit, maybe even break to the upside, but then we've got 226 as key resistance. So decisive break above 226 would be required to reduce, let's say, to reduce the risk of further downside into support. But either way, I don't see any clear setup here right now. So it's a matter of understanding what are support levels. They are on the chart. 182 to $2.02. What are the next upside levels to watch? I mean, they're also on the chart, yeah. And what is immediate resistance? Also on the chart. But it's chopping around in corrective structures, so there's not really any clear confirmation of direction. So we would get some clarity, I think, if we get a break below that blue wave 1 low from the 24th of April at $2.11, $2.12. As I said, that could accelerate the downtrend because it would likely be an internal third wave. And also a break above like $2.26, followed by a break above the Wednesday high at 230 could accelerate the move up into 246, 255 area. So yeah, that's the update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. If you have any questions or any coin requests, feel free to join the member live stream today. It runs at 5 p.m. UTC, and we run it every Sunday. It's always great to have the conversation. I typically mention it specifically on Sunday because I see a lot of requests this week, and yeah, a lot of them can be covered in our member live stream. We normally cover like 40 coins or so, depending on how much time there is. So feel free to check it out if you want to have a chance to have your request picked. Yeah, see you later. If not, then I wish you a great start to the new week. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.